Welcome back to the Rope Access channel. It's been a while since the last video, but we're going to start off with a good one. And I'm here at Petzl Benelux, actually in the Netherlands. And I'm joined by Reinout, who you've seen before in the video. You can watch up there. And we're going to talk about some new equipment that's coming out for 2025. So I'm quite excited for some of the things. And we have on the table some Petzl Carabiners. So let's just go from here and go all the way out of frame to what we have lined up over there.
Super.
Yeah.
First of all, it's wonderful to see you again. And thank you for the time you're giving us. I'm really happy to invite you here in Leusden. So we have 3 offices in Benelux. You saw Antwerp already.
Yeah.
Now it's Leusden, maybe next time the French part of Belgium.
Yeah.
But let's see. And indeed, I'm very excited with the new products we have. It's now A&A this year. So this is a very good opportunity to share with the community. Yeah. And like you said, we have quite a lot of gear. And let's start with something easy.
Easy, simple. Shine a light on it.
Everybody knows our Pixa headlamps. The Pixa headlamps are quite old already. They launched in 2012. Yeah. So they needed an update. And we got an update. We made the assortments a little bit lighter, easier. We just have a Pixa headlamp.
Okay.
The Pixa headlamp will come with 3 AAA batteries. Yeah. The way you can open it is like this. And it's compatible with the core. So that's also the one we use for the area headlamps, which is very easy, but it is also compatible with just 3 AAA batteries. We also switch to the adapter plate, the slot adapter for your helmet. This will be included in the packaging, so you can add it on the helmet easily. Yeah. We stick with a nice button, and it's always locked. So we just go forward, and then we go stronger, or backwards, less strong. Yeah. So there's only one Pixa, because we used to have like the 1, the 2, and 3, and the R3R. Indeed, and now we just stick with one Pixa. Yeah. And now we go to the Pixa R, and it comes with the same mounting or opening to the battery pack, and it's a battery pack you can take off. It's a Core Pro, professional, and you get a charging cable with it. You can charge your battery pack or accu like this. Yeah. It's a little light coming off, and this side is USB-C.
USB-C, up to date.
Absolutely. And this one has the same capacity for the moment as the core battery. But you see it's always thicker.
It's thicker, yeah.
So we anticipate an upgrade to have a little bit more in the future.
Okay, yeah.
So I have to reverse this one.
With like, what's the word? How much light, the lumens, or is it the same as before, or?
Well, a little higher, of course. The Pixa has 450 lumen. Yeah. And the Pixa R 600 lumen.
Oh, that's quite a lot more actually, because it was 100.
100 lumen, yeah, indeed, yes. So with the good thing is that the mounting plate for the helmet is included, and then when the headlamp is on your helmet, you can actually turn it around and lock it if you don't need it during the day, for example. This is also the way how you can charge it directly on the headlamp, on the helmet itself.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Easy, nice features. I think nice progress we go on the Pixa.
And with is it with the same like in the EX zones?
Good you ask. We got away from the EX because we noticed that 80% of the users of Pixa don't need ATEX certification. So actually, we're working on one Pixa additional Pixa for an ATEX certification, and we're aiming for the 0.
For the 0, yeah.
So we got one which is covering all.
All right.
More. Pixa normally is still launched in April 2025.
We have to wait a long time. But it's good. It's smaller and it feels lighter than the old one. Yeah. It feels a lot lighter. So that's good. Yeah, I have a few of those, and like you said, they launched in 2012. I think I still have one that's working, and I remember. I don't remember if it was you, but at a certain company in the Netherlands, my first demo of this device was. Yeah, exactly that. And it just went like 1 floor down onto the concrete, and click, and it works. that stuck with me forever. Yeah.
That's how we launched. Like it's just a robust headlamp you use for work, and that's what's needed. And everybody still needs a type of like that. So you can indeed still throw it. They can take a hit. It's waterproof, of course. IP68 even instead of 67.
Yeah, it used to be 67.
So no, it's like we know already. And then we made a little bit better.
Nice.
A little better. We tried it at least.
That's good. That's good. Nice.
Some beaners.
Yeah.
Well, we remodeled our Omni carabiners. We have them in the screw lock and triangle lock version.
Yeah.
What we notice immediately is that we have more space on this side next to the gate. Especially for the Falcon Ascent, when you put it very low, you have little 2 loops.
Yeah.
And now those 2 loops really have their place next to the locking system.
Yeah.
Instead of almost on the locking system.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Nice shape as well, very lightweight, the 3D profile we know, and you can not only use it on your Falcon Ascent, but also as when you install with your Grion, for example, an anchor point, you have 3 positions.
Exactly. Yeah.
Very nice carabiner for that.
Yeah, because for the people who don't know, you can load this like in the
3 directions.
3 directions, yeah. That's good, because one thing I had when I used the old ones is that when the slings bunch up here, it's hard to open.
Oh yeah.
Or actually the other side, because the locking mechanism just can't move.
No, true.
And now you have a little bit more space here.
Yeah,
that's good.
absolutely.
Small details are always good. And then
small
we have
details, also small details on the Vertigo twist lock, especially for progress, because it's a twist lock, of course. We always try to load it this direction. It's a little bit small, so more ergonomic to hold it in your hands. But we kept the same opening. So,
you have the same space.
Same space, but a little bit smaller to fit in your hand easily. Also very little changes.
That's good. Yeah. I like twists when I don't use them on my cowtails, but I have a Grion that I use often, and I have one on a Grion, because it's just twist. It's not that much difference from a triact, and still, like when you're clipping on and off all day, then it's twisting.
Do you feel a difference when you open this one?
Between these two, or between
a normal one? I don't have it next to me, but
well, it's brand new, so it feels very springy, and but it's a lot thicker, so that's why it feels different.
It's a little slightly difference, and I'm looking. Oh yes, absolutely. So
it's so subtle.
I'm going to show you. Yeah. This is actually 3.5 or 3.2 action. So what happens is we need to turn it already before we can go up. And it's also when we're working on caving, for example, you can just open it unwillingly, and that's just to prevent it. So you see it in the difference.
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, it's very clear. We'll make close-ups later. Yeah.
I wasn't. I didn't want to tell, but now we were talking about it. It's quite nice.
Oh, it's good because it's interesting. Like how much automation there is in our bodies with the tools that we use a lot. Because I don't feel a difference, but I sort of go in. I don't go up and twist. It's like a diagonal motion. Yeah.
But that's just to show how much our engineers are working on details. And we want to make it very safe for people to use, but also very convenient to use. And you don't feel it actually. That's
the thing. Yeah. Nice. That's good. All right.
Some ropes. We have 4 ropes, but actually 2 different. We have the beam, which is completely new, 11 millimeter. Static rope. It's a core of nylon and sheath of polyamide. So even on a heavy load, it doesn't flatten too much. Yeah. And with our Everflex, so it stays really flexible.
All right.
Why did we do it? It's a certification. It's a European certification, but also an FBA.
Okay, that's the
general use.
Yeah.
The reason why is that because in the United States we noticed they use a Maestro L and the ID L together with the vector ropes, 12.5. And they apparently there's a tendency to go a little thinner ropes, 11 millimeter. But then if you want to go NFPA, it's not compatible with the ID and the Maestro. So now we have the rope, so 11 millimeters. We recertified our ID. It's already in the market. When you look in the old one, the previous one, it will has only certification CE, and now it will be NFPA and CE.
As well. Okay.
And what we're going to see is the Maestro. It will look completely the same. It's just we also passed the certification in the United States.
Yeah.
So to be compatible with 11 millimeter rope, and we made the flank a little bit thicker to resist, have a higher resistance for the NFB rating.
So then in the rescue services, they can use 11 millimeter
Absolutely.
rope. But,
Yes.
There's a huge it's a huge weight gain and volume gain as well. If you take 100 meters of this, it's a huge bag. Yeah. And like 1 or 2 millimeters less in diameter. It's a big difference. Yeah.
So we have, it will be certified European as well. The only thing is you'll have to soak it in water during 24 hours and then let it dry, and then it's for the European certification.
All right, yeah. Which apparently is a good thing to do with your ropes anyway.
For sure.
Yeah.
We have our vector rope was quite old also, and had an update. We have the same core and of nylon and sheath of polyamide.
Yeah.
Also the Everflex system, and we have it in several colors, of course.
Because what did we have before?
The
Axis was the one I'm thinking of.
Well, in Europe we use the Axis, but we have a Ray already, which is only on sale in the United States because it didn't have a certification for Europe. So it couldn't be sold in Europe, but it exists already, a Ray.
Yeah.
And now we have one rope for both markets.
For both markets. Yeah. So the old Axis is going to...
No, the Axis will stay.
Will stay.
The Axis will stay, the Ray will disappear and will be replaced by the beam.
Yeah.
And the beam, which is more static than the Axis, little less
elongation.
Thank you very much. That was a difficult word. I'm sorry, guys. Little less elongation, but also for the European market.
Yeah. All right. Nice.
Long essence, quite nice when you have less.
But yeah, when you have less. There's. I have not descended with a device that keeps it smooth all the way through. You always get like the not a constant speed, which is normal when you're bouncing up and down like this. But
I think so. Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
Good.
Now we have some stuff that's supposed to be on other stuff. So let's save this. For later, and then we have a bunch of harnesses on the floor. But before we get to the harnesses, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell to be notified of new uploads. Because it's been a while since I've posted. It helps to get the algorithm to know, like, hey, the Rope Access channel is back and posting again. Because you might actually not be notified if you don't ring that bell. So ring that bell, people. All right, harnesses.
We think we listen good to the users. We try to listen good to the users. So we have the Avao, which is new, which will come, by the way, the 3rd of December already, 2024, together with the Avao Sit. And then beginning next year in February, we'll have the Astro and Astro Sit together with the top crawl. Right. So I'm really curious, because we're going to be able to cross and fit whatever you like, what I like, what you like. Yeah. So it's going to be a very interesting period of time. Let's start with the Avao, which is the most complete for working out, and you can do rope access with it. First of all, we got a gain weight from 2 kilo 90 to 1 kilo 7.
We lost weight.
Oh yes, thank you very much.
The harness is lighter.
It's me who got to lose weight.
We gain weight, but the harnesses lose weight. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for the correction. So I'm just gonna put them on.
So just to be honest with you, I have not looked at them yet, except when they were on the floor. I kept my eyes off, so I'm seeing this for the first time as well.
We worked on the comfort padding of the harness. You know, the Avao was like a lot like the Volt, which gives a very good support in the lateral positioning. A little bit less on the ventral positioning or rope ascending. So we worked on that one, 3D foam. We have listened, everybody we talked to, why don't you bring back the old Avao? Well, yes, indeed, the communication.
Sliding again.
Sliding in the way, on the sternal point. So yes, indeed, we try to listen. You see also with the old one, we have very thin webbing. So this is European version. The international version will use the same webbing we use.
Okay.
We know. With like this one.
The thicker
one. Yeah. With the European versions, and that's how we started our gain, loss of weight.
Yeah, exactly.
What we also see is that, again, the market says we got the webbing slipping. So we added a plastic to keep
like a little catch.
A little catch, and we have it on all of the buckles. This one can flip back, of course, and on the leg loops as well.
Same thing.
The same thing. What else did we do? You see another sternal D ring.
Yeah, some difference there.
Ventral, sorry. Sternal is on your chest. Indeed, a little bit different. I'm going to show you later on 2 eyelets for the webbing, the Manies or the Mino or Carabiners. Another thing is that we know already is that on the ventral point we added a third loop. Yeah. So we can add a ring open underneath or on top, whatever you feel like doing. I've mounted
this is split now. Sorry, maybe I'm going. Yeah, that's what I'm noticing. Yeah.
Another thing we worked on is the position of the leg loops. So it will be a little bit more space on the crutch, a little bit more comfortable.
All right.
That's what we aim to do. So I'm really curious about the reactions on the market.
Yeah.
And I'm forgetting things, of course. There's another feature we did is that in the previous version we got a continuation of our loops to the legs. Yeah. But we also know that this part is a little bit sensitive for wear. Mm-hmm. Now there will be a separate SKU that people can order and you just replace it yourself.
You only replace like this part?
You only replace that part. So we take this, for example, through the buckle. And of course, for the video,
I've discarded a few harnesses because, like, the webbing was torn there. Yeah,
it's a pity. So what are we gonna do? We get it out of the buckle, and then we just tear this to the other side, and you add a new one.
Yeah,
I think it's a very, very small step towards a longer use of our harnesses.
Yeah,
we notice quite a lot of wear on that part. So let's make it another. Let's make it like this. We design it so that the user can actually change it, and hopefully can use the harness a little bit longer. And what we're gonna see is that
this is the load-bearing part. Yeah,
load-bearing. For when you have a complete harness with a sternal, dorsal fall rest point, we need to have a connection between the hips and the leg loops. Otherwise, your waist belt will go underneath your armpits. Yeah. So that's why.
I'm thinking about how not comfortable it is. I know someone. It's not me who went over the edge. Very experienced guy. And I was looking at him and his harness like that. And I can say it's my fault because I didn't check him. He had his leg loops undone. Over the edge. And he climbed back up. We're all good. We learned our lessons. It's a long time ago. But yeah, it's good that these things are on there.
Absolutely. Probably I forgot completely a lot of things.
The shape of the gear loop is also different. So it was everything what you put in will slide actually forward.
Forward and a little bit closer by.
Yeah.
To take it with me. Yeah. Of course, we have the gear loops we know already. And this one, this slides indeed towards the lower part. We still have our carry tool slots with the interfast possibility. And then the Avao, what we're going to see as well is this is the part where our certification label is. Also quite nice location, I think. This is still a retention area. Same strength of the lateral D-rings of the ventral. So this is the Avao, and I'm going to show you the one I mounted for you. Here we see I've put the ring open underneath, so we can use a descender on this part, and we can use a. But you see also we added a Mino carabiner on one part, and the manies on the other part, and then we get to the podium seats later on.
Yeah, we get to that later on. So yeah, the Mino carabiner. That's nice. Small clip. Yeah. Beautiful.
It comes also international version, comes in a black version as well, Avao, and then we have it also on the sit version, where you can add a top, a normal top. Good to know is that when you have a top and a sit, you don't have a dorsal point, because you don't have the connection with your leg loops. What you also see is that we have a little webbing here. It's now fixed to the sternal point, but the idea is to mount it to the loop and to the buckle, and then we're going to have a girth hitch on the back.
Oh, you choke it on the,
you choke it.
Yeah.
And then you get something like this. It's very thin. And what we do, previously we had like 3 webbing going up and down, and now it's much more easy to adapt for one person.
It's just one thread.
Yeah, it's one. So it's just a tear.
So that's the difference. And the sit, the sit doesn't have the extra straps because you don't have the point on the back. Yeah. So this has a little bit more, maybe a little bit more liberty and the freedom of movement. Yeah.
But for the rest, you have
it's
the same. The webbing here, where you put your carabiner, and then the third loop in the middle to add a ring open for your cowtails if you want.
All right. Yeah. Nice. Excited to try. Yeah.
And you will be.
I will be.
Yeah, you will be able to try it.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I like it. Yeah, let's go to the next harness and then we talk about the tops. Yeah.
So we also, the Avao will be 3 December.
3 December. That's almost actually.
Starting the shipping from the distribution center to the stores. So it will be very soon. Astro is the 2nd of February.
Yeah.
So and indeed we have the Astro, like I said, the Astro. This I'm gonna take off. We know the construction already, and we sticked on the construction with the axis in the middle. I got the wrong one. This is the Astro. We stick with the axe in the middle, where you can go your chain directive progress, and then we have the D-ring for your descender and 2 more cowtails. Yeah. The crawl, like we know here as well, we worked on the position for your leg loops, so to give you more comfort on the crotch area. Yeah. As well with the fast buckles and the extra catch on. But we use the double back plus buckles on this side, and they come as well with a little clip. Yeah. It's delivered so you can add them if you want. If you don't want, you leave them. This is the European version, and what you see is that it's also the shoulder communicating, and we have what we had on the international only, the clip to put it easy, especially when you have a helmet on your head. What we also see is that our webbing on our comfort zone is a 3D foam, so it gives quite a good comfort on your back and in the legs. And here also we got less weight. We went from 2,090 grams to 1,900 grams, a little bit more.
Nice.
Everything we can gain, we can lose.
Everything we can lose. Yeah. And like the number one, the size is very clear. This is not going to rub off or anything.
No. And here we see the
that's over there.
The certification of the individual serial number on the side.
Yeah.
What we also see is that the back is a little bit thicker, and we have a different buckle on the back. It's an aluminium with a coating on it. It will come in also in the Avao, they told me, but in a later stage.
Okay.
But here we had some corrosion from time to time, so with this one we try to get rid of that issue.
Great.
The same gear loops goes all the way down, and the carry tool slot's still over there with an extra loop for your tool bag, for example.
Yeah.
And the buckles, of course, we can
and back. These you could also, for these you could maybe use like the S,
the Kroll S,
yeah, as well. Okay, that's nice. And then I noticed this piece of plastic in here.
It's to prevent the wear of the webbing against webbing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we just clip it on like this.
Oh, like that. Yes.
And then on the back, it will prevent them to come on the way.
Good. And this has not changed.
This has not changed.
This has not changed. No, because I've seen people who were able to fit a ring underneath here as well. I don't know how they did it though.
I think they got rid of a little piece of plastic.
Maybe, exactly. Maybe there's some plastic missing there. Yeah.
So it comes also, this is a European version, it comes of course an international version as well. And we have a combination of the sit and top. And this is again very interesting. It's a little, sometimes they try it a little bit different. And for the tree climbers among us, they're going to say, yes. We have a little, the same axis, but we have made a slight change on the buckle. This is the same, but here we see we have a piece which allows you to communicate your leg loops or your
even waist. It's similar like a bridge from the Sequoia.
Yes. So when you're working left and your anchor point is on the right, it gives you 10 centimeters of possibility to move.
Instead of trying to move in your harness.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And that's a big change between the Astro and the Astro sits.
Yeah.
And that's why I said in the beginning, we have a combination of the Avao sit, for example, with a top crawl, possibility to add a third ring.
Yeah.
We have the Astro sit with a top crawl, if you like this. We have a complete Astro, we have a complete Avao. So it's going to be really like what does fit you the best.
Yeah, exactly. You can totally customize to your wants and needs. Yeah.
So here I got a combination of the sit and the top crawl. And the top crawl, like we said before, is like a girth hitch. You choke it. And the webbing is only once. Very neat, I think. And this one also communicates. So on the top crawl, you have the buckle on the chest.
Yep.
If you just go to the top, of course you don't, because you flip it over your head and you come connected in the loop at your waist belt.
I used to be a big fan of this. Like when it disappeared, I was the same as a lot of people probably. Why? Because I'm so used to going over my head, and now I have to be like. But this is good, nice. I like it.
To my impression, since we switched from an Avao to the Avao, a lot of people started looking for a good harness, and there's not one spot on like it used to be. And I really hope with these three combinations that you can find what's suited for you.
Exactly.
So I'm really so just officially we're gonna hand over some harnesses to Alex, and he's going to tell you how it fits.
Yeah, how it feels. Yeah. So that means for you guys, when this one releases in February, I already have like 2 months of work with it. So I'll make sure to have the publish button set on 3 February for that video. Yeah,
that's
nice.
Good. What I like we didn't talk about is the podium seats. Yeah. We worked a little bit on the podium seats. We got the feedback that this part wore too easily. So we changed it into a Dyneema version webbing, so it should be more abrasion resistant. We got rid of the little gear loop here, or the
little clip.
But our gear loops are now certified to 25 kilos.
All right.
What we also see is that, we saw it already before, is that now we have our Mino carabiner. We can add just in the loop here. Or we have these two parts which fit perfectly into your mani. And the big thing is that you gain space, you gain length.
Actually, you can make it smaller now.
You can make it smaller, especially for smaller people. Like, you can really put it close to your body.
Yeah, that carabiner, in the courses, every time when there's like little people, and there's part of the Arata course is use of a worksheet, and sometimes it was like that length of the carabiner.
Too much.
Yeah.
So now you will be able, whatever, because imagine you put a carabiner, this is a big one, and you're like 12 centimeters, and this one's like 7.
Weight as well.
Weight.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. And now there's two versions.
Yes.
I see.
We have a Podium and a Litepod. It's a little bit the same, of course. It's small. You see, you don't have the upper parts. This is flexible.
Yeah.
The same width, more or less. And we have only 2 gear loops. This is a gear loop. We don't have one here on the bottom, but also 25 kilos.
Yeah.
That's fine. And the same system, so you can really put it. And again, a nice part is that there will be we have 2 products, we have 4 different references. You have the reference with the plate inside. You also have the hooks only. So we have Velcro.
Yeah.
And this part, you can actually take it off, just order this part and use the
So when this wears through in a few years, then you can... You're just going to be a little bit cheaper to get a new one.
A little bit cheaper, and again, reuse which is perfectly...
So it's also waste management and like environmental...
It's very difficult in our business. Of course, we're working on it. We try to go to single-use plastic. We just get rid of it, of course. It's the first step, and I use cardboard where we can. But this is a second step, and it's only like the harnesses, the part we can use. By the way, which I showed you, but the Avao is suited as well for the Astro. It's exactly the same. So and this one as well. We try to get some steps so like the user can actually repair.
And this one is
that one as well. And it's retrofit. So when you have a Podium suit today, which is wore out, this is of course webbing. You take out the webbing and you just order the external part. And you can use it as well.
Right. Okay.
It's a little bit more difficult to get it because it's still possible.
Well, it's not that difficult.
No, but still, still. I think it's a very small step, but it's the first. It's one of the first steps. Really. I think it's a very good.
If you keep building on those little steps, eventually it will get to the most efficient spot.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think. We're there. We covered all of the new parts in the 25.
Yeah.
I'm really curious about the harnesses, the feedback. But,
me too. Can't wait to get on them and start climbing around. Now we were talking about beforehand about maybe we can do a little bit of a giveaway or a quiz or anything. So I've been thinking about a question. I had one question, but you sort of answered it.
You should have told me.
But the other one is maybe it's actually I think it's a very easy answer. But Petzl there's like a huge rack here. There's another rack for sports equipment that you guys can see over there. This brochure is super thick. But what was the product that started it all? What was the first thing that Petzl introduced as the company Petzl? What was the product? So, what do you think? Is that a good...
I think it's a good question. Yeah, absolutely.
So, leave a comment below with what the first product was that Petzl ever released, and you can win. It's out of frame. we're super professional here. You can win one of these nice, it's insulated as well.
Yes, insulated.
Yeah. Nice little bottles of water. And I would feel comfortable clipping this to my harness. I'm not saying it's allowed to do that, but I would feel comfortable with that. If you make a little rope here. So let's see who gets the answer. If we get multiple answers, hopefully then we'll put them in like one of these raffle websites. And we have the computer choose, and then we'll send one of these bottles out to you. Another thing, you have to follow Petzl.
Yeah, that's
and you
professional.
have to follow the Rope Access channel.
Absolutely.
Those are the things.
And climb safe, please.
Climb safe, for sure. Reinout, thank you very much for this. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely.
And I will keep you posted on my thoughts.
Super.
About all the
I'm really curious about it.
All right, guys, thank you for watching. And until the next time, stay connected.